Now, the rate of unemployment in Nigeria is growing at an alarming rate, and it becomes necessary for the government and concerned individuals to think of ways to engage young people in meaningful and gainful ventures to ensure that no hand is idle. Well, several governments in Nigeria are doing something to ensure that young people are engaged. I have someone with me on one-on-one today who will be throwing light on what the government in his state is doing to ensure that no hand is indeed idle. On one-on-one today, I'm joined by Ifeanyi Aniagoh. He is the Senior Special Assistant on Youth Development and Digital Entrepreneurship to the Governor of Anambra State. It's good to have you on one-on-one.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now let us get going. You're the Special Assistant to the Governor on Youth Development and Digital Entrepreneurship. Essentially, what do you do?
Well, two basic things, as the name implies. First is developing the young people. You know, our governor is someone who believes in the creativity of the young people, the youth energy. So he understands that the very first thing we need to do to solve the unemployment and to ensure effective engagement of the young people is to, first of all, develop the right mindset. Because there are a lot of opportunities around that young people, because they don't have the right mindset, they won't be able to grab it. They won't be able to follow it. So when you have people following the wrong route, they won't see the opportunities there. So the first thing we do is to develop the right mind, the right youth. We call it the right Anambra youth. So that is what my office is to do, to design programs and then lead the young people into having that right mindset. And then the other aspect of it, which is the digital entrepreneurship. After the first 4 years of the governor, he came to understand, of course, after what we did with the digital media, the social media, you know, of course, he was the first to have a senior aide on social media. So we came in there and then changed the narrative. Understanding that social media is not where you have aides that simply take pictures of you and circulate it everywhere. We'll be able to, you know, exploit and notice that there are a lot of job opportunities there. In fact, the cyberspace can actually give employment opportunities to all the unemployed young persons in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
Not just young people. Yes, not just young people. Anybody who is internet literate, who is digitally inclined, can actually have space there, because the digital space does not only give you new opportunities, but it also helps to create more opportunities with existing ones. For example, if the young people who are wanting to get involved in the authority, instead of going into political parties or getting into systems trying to take offices that others have, which is always the fear that those who are sitting there won't want, you can come in there with your experience, with your knowledge of the digital space to create new offices. I tell people, if you get into a political party and they don't have office for you, probably for youth leader or what have you, why not become the digital media aide of that party? Because they will come to you because you have the skill. So basically what I do in my office is to help design the programs, lead the young people into having the right mindset, you know, having the right perspective. So by the time they look at the opportunities around with the right mindset, there will be fewer number of people that are unemployed. Then when they move into the digital space, creating the opportunity for people to, you know, come together, arm themselves with the right digital skills, you know, to take charge of their lives. So the vision we see is, or rather our mission in what we do is, you know, creating wealth through digital skills.
Now you're talking about the social media beyond taking pictures and posting. So what kind of skills essentially are you talking about? Because you spoke about digital media skills that will be very gainful and that somebody can make money from. So what kind of programs are you essentially?
A whole lot of them. Like in Anambra State, for example, we started with what we call the Digital Entrepreneurship Week. In fact, we abbreviate this Digipreneur. That was what we started with. We started with a Digipreneur Week. And the first thing we did there was to get stakeholders in the digital space. You know, have people from, you know, Lagos, Abuja, even outside Nigeria come together to sit down to expose the people. The scope of digital space is so big that all you know can be enough. A lot of people, has a lot of things to do about it. So we have so many skills. Apart from the normal computer literacy skills that I talk about, we have a lot of opportunities in the digital media marketing. We have a lot of opportunities in social media brand promotions and what have you. But basically, why it is very important and why it is working is that everything you have around you, the culture around you, the activities you have around you, the ordinary skills you have around you, moving it to the cyberspace is a job opportunity.
Wow.
Do you understand? So when we come to our trainings and the programs we have, the basic thing we do is just to expose the people that instead of you hating your culture, for example, you have a festival in your community, instead of hating it, you can actually open up an online TV to promote the culture. We'll make them understand that instead of you hating what the government is doing and every day the thing is getting you depressed, you can actually create a channel whereby you send messages to the government or you create a feedback system whereby people talk to the government. So there are a lot of opportunities there. The cyberspace is there. empty, waiting for people to put in content. The act of putting content could make you a brand name that people will reckon with. Facebook is there that will have a lot of young people. Because Anambra State, for example, we have a lot of people, focused there more on Facebook than Twitter and Instagram. Facebook, for example, you can create groups that your people who come to know what is happening in your place. Anambra is known all over the world as the state where you have almost every other place in the world. You have the Anambra who are there, who want to know what is happening back home.
Now, how do I translate that to money?
No, it's there. Each one you do is people are coming after it. For example, the Imoka Festival have Oka is the capital of Anambra State. The Imoka Festival have at a time people see the festival as something that is fetish. Now they need a lot of young people. They need a group of young people that will come to change the narrative, to let the world know what is happening. They come, they pay for it. I wouldn't want to tell you what we made the last time. They come, they pay for it. So what we have done in Anambra State with my office, for example, we created what is called Digipreneur Hub. The Digipreneur Hub is actually virtual. What we did is that we get a lot of young people, get those who have the skills and professionals and experts to come to train young people in doing so many digital skill sets, and they are there. So if there's anything you want to do that has to do with digital space, you simply come log into the Digipreneur Hub and then pick somebody that knows what is doing there, and the person will go and do it for you. So a lot of people are making a lot of money. Photographers, even hairstylists and what have you. They make more money because they've acquired the digital skill set. So when we talk about digital space or being a digipreneur, it doesn't mean you leave whatever you are doing and come in there. We also involve how do you apply the digital skills in what you are doing already.
Okay. If I get you correctly, you're talking about an online marketplace, people who are skilled in certain digital media areas. They pick them and they pay them money.
Exactly.
How does someone enlist?
No, it's very simple. Like, it's something that the government is running, so it's free. What we do is that before we enlist you there, we must have gone through the training. We know you have integrity. You know you are real. You are not fake. People can just come there. Like, you can post on your Facebook, I need a makeup artist, and anybody can come. But if you are listed in the Digipreneur Hub, it simply means we know you, we know your address. You know the government knows that you are there. You know you exist, so you can't cheat anybody. And that makes a lot of people come. And if the government is having grants, like what they do with the Anambra Small Business Agency, they can easily give to you because they already know you have the collateral by just being a member of that platform. Okay, so what range of skills do you have enlisted? Is it running now? But the official launch is coming up. But we already have the people, the first, we did the Digipreneur premier debut last year. So by the second year, which is 2019 Digipreneur Week, we are going to do the official launch of that platform. Is this the first in Nigeria, or is it a model? Are you modeling? We've not had anything like that. Wow. We've not heard of anything like that before, and that's what we are doing. In fact, we are the Lagos Social Media Week to also see what they are doing and know how to improve upon our own and know how to also suggest anything to them. It's the first time it is happening, and the idea behind it is that our young people need to stop seeing the social media as something that is passing, or where they go to gossip or probably watch pornography or just play around. They need to start seeing the digital space as the next thing, the next big thing, as what is happening in their own time, because they can take charge of it. The beauty of digital entrepreneurship is that it employs both those who are school dropout, those who didn't even go to school at all. So there's not been that era where we have such opportunity that involves everybody, those who went to school, those who did not go to school, those who are school dropout. So anything you are doing at all, you can actually find a space in the digital sphere. And that is what the governor understood and then allowed that office. I think it's the first government where we have that digital entrepreneurship as an office, and having a senior aide there who is looking into how to run things. The last program we had, we were able to create. I've been at your program, yes, and I know a lot of people. There was a crowd there, so I'm now thinking about how have you been able to move all of those people who attend the programs onto this platform, because if we have all of them on the platform, that means that they can make money. Okay, for example, they mustn't all move to the platform. Like last year, we trained a total of 2,600. And I can tell that in that 2,600 person trained, we had just about 100 of them that we actually empowered through the government direct connection. Some of us learned something that they didn't know while coming to the program and moved on. It helped in their skills. Some of us are around within the Anambra State doing things that we've come to realize that they're actually doing well. And those are the persons that we enlist. So the training is not something, it's not a private sector training that requires you pay and they want to see how you're moving. No. All we are doing is to create the platform for any willing young person to come, to be exposed to the opportunities in cyberspace. Like we have a very funny but interesting scenario where we ask you, where are you coming from? Which town are you coming from? Now, you state the town you're coming from, and we'll tell you how many number of opportunities you missed coming from that town, simply because you don't have the right mindset. Simply because you are thinking, what has the president done for me? What has the governor done? What has my local government chairman done for me? You notice that if your mindset from your house to that place is, what can I do for my local government, for my state, for the country, you would have seen 1 or 2 job opportunities. So that is where the youth development comes into it, and that's why we hold the program to, first of all, change the mindset of the people. Then after that, we will now have the experts in so many areas. If we identify what you are doing, wherever you are, Anambra, outside Anambra State, we'll find a way of bringing you in to talk to the young people. So it's a kind of a modeling that we want the young persons to know that, man, you have all the opportunities. Government have things they will do to enhance what you are doing. But the first thing is, are you ready to grab those opportunities? The ones around you, are you taking them? And that is what the government is. And that's why if you come to Anambra State, Oka, for example, you see a lot of businesses coming up. We have a lot of testimonies of people who have attended our program. And probably some get changed by going through all the programs. Some get changed by just 1 or 2 words they hear from the mentors or the trainees. So the digital space is a very vast area that we should encourage all the government. You know, just like you asked, are we modeling for after everyone? What we're doing in Anambra is what others should come and learn from. If you can have other states in Nigeria, for example, doing exactly what we're doing in Anambra State, instead of chasing people away, like we have our peer chat program that we do in secondary school. You see parents in Nigeria asking their secondary school kids not to access phone. Meanwhile, the phone that the parents are using are phones that are produced by their mates in China or other countries. So I don't know why you ask the kids not to do so. So we also move the message to them to create awareness. So behind that Digipreneur programs that we run is also the awareness that will stop people feeling that either there is drudgery in it or there is crime in it. And again, we'll make sure that we put enough check, work with security agencies to avoid people that go into the internet to do fraudulent things. So it's a whole lot of program that we'll do together. But the key thing is to make young people understand that social media, digital space is not where you go play. It is your opportunity to take charge of what is happening.
Okay, so it is not enough to have a phone and chat all day.
No.
Now it's time to make money from the social media. Okay, so walk me through in closing what an average young person should do to get enlisted in this program so that they can benefit from all of this?
No, it's very simple. What you need to do, whether you are even from Anambra or not, as far as you are within the cyberspace and you want to key into it because you want this thing to spread, just get involved. You can follow us online and then know when we're having our trainings, when we're having our programs.
Totally free.
It's free, totally free. In fact, you know, we are discussing, people are telling us today in Lagos, why is ours free? You say, the governor is making it free. He's providing the sponsorship. So why won't people enjoy it and get it free of charge? So all they need to do is to attend the programs. What we normally do is that you register before the program because of the crowd. So we register before the program, and then it's sometimes like our Digipreneur Week runs for 3, 4, 5 days. So you register before the program, you come there. We want to have
platform?
Online, just at Digipreneur Hub.
Okay.
You can register at Digipreneur Hub, all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Digipreneur Hub. You know, so the idea is, if you have any skill or you don't even have anyone at all, you don't have to have any other experience, you come there, we'll help you to build it.
And harness it.
And harness it. And then you can go and give us testimonies.
Wow.
That's like, I'm happy now that we once attended it and today you are here. So
you're doing a great job.
You're an ambassador.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All
Absolutely.
Well.
And I hope that we get to hear more testimonies from people who are able to attend your programs and all. So yes, it's free. So you can avail yourself that opportunity to get the right digital skills and of course the mindset to make more money. Every minute spent online is an opportunity to make money. So take advantage of it. I've been speaking with Ifeanyi Aniagoh. He is the Senior Special Assistant on Youth Development and Digital Entrepreneurship to the Governor of Anambra State. Thank you so much, sir, for joining me on the program.